Hey guys, Chris here, aka Brickin' It, and welcome back to another LEGO video. Now, I've just been taking a breather from getting onto bag 12 of the Batmobile. I just want to say this is an absolutely awesome set. But I thought I'd actually take a look at the comments from the last Asking It, because it's the first one that we had comments in the YouTube channel. So I thought it'd be really cool to go through. I think I'm going to do like 7 or 8 questions, go around my room to show you and hopefully answer the questions that you guys have asked. So if you want to have a question for next time, or you want to ask me something, or just anything in general, then stick it in the comments down below and I'll have a look for the next Asking It. So first off, we'll start with the LEGO Harry Potter fan, and they have asked, how excited are you for Sesame Street and the Home Alone sets coming out? Now obviously the Sesame Street one, I've done a couple of videos on it. I was really excited about it, and then I've kind of been a little bit disappointed with the fact that it didn't include the one minifigure I wanted, which was the Count. The Count is an awesome figure. It just would have been ace to get him in LEGO form. And I'm really kind of disappointed because we're not going to get any other LEGO Sesame Street sets that I can think of. So really upset about that. But the set itself isn't too bad. It's set for the kind of side corner building where it has the edge kind of knocked off it. But I have an idea for that. So let's go to LEGO City quickly and I'll show you where I think it's going to go. So if I do buy the LEGO Sesame Street set, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to, I think I'm going to put it on a corner kind of like this here. And then what I do is actually have that side building attached to something like this 3-in-1 corner shop over here, and then it wouldn't really matter too much, and then take it off the stand and then have the actual Sesame 1, 2, 3 kind of similar to where that LEGO store would be there. I think that's a pretty cool way to kind of add it in, and then maybe have that toy shop moving over so it will be next door to the actual Sesame Street house. So probably I'm going to get it. It is pretty cool, but yeah, it's going to be one I might wait on for a little bit. As for the Home Alone set, I'm 100% getting that one. Mrs. Brickin' It absolutely loves the winter sets, so I don't even think she likes the Home Alone movie, but we're 100% going to get it just because it's Christmas themed and she is obsessed. You'll find that out in December, guys. She has a lot of Christmas sets this year coming up. But I love the Home Alone movies. I think it's going to be absolutely great. I'm just a little bit concerned that obviously the size of the Sesame Street one was massively reduced, so I think the size of that one will also be massively reduced as well. As for if they remove minifigures, don't think they're going to remove like the 2 main burglars and Macaulay Culkin himself, so I think we'll be okay there. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome set. I don't know whether it's going to go in the LEGO City, more due to the fact that it's a residential building, and I don't really put residential buildings in my city. But if it looks cool, and maybe the city might get moved in a couple of years, then I might make a whole residential area, and then I will probably take pride of place in that. But it's definitely a set I'm going to pick up day one, 100%. It's a very cool looking set. So next is from Brody, and he says, what is your opinion on the LEGO Mosaic Maker in London? It's like LEGO art, but it can be of yourself. Now, yes, we have seen this. It was something that we were very tempted by, actually, me and Mrs. Brickin' It a long time ago, before LEGO art came out, and then we wanted to get the Marilyn Monroe ones as well. And I think the LEGO Mosaic Maker kind of falls victim to the same thing of the LEGO art sets, and that's the fact that it is so expensive as something that's not really like a LEGO build. They're like £115 as well, and I think LEGO Art's only become kind of popular recently because of the fact that they've had massive price reductions. We managed to get a load of the Marilyn Monroe ones for £80 instead of the £115 which they are, so we absolutely love them. In fact, let me go show you what I'm doing with them right now and where they're going to be going in the future. So here are 3 of the Marilyn Monroe ones that we've actually got. I've actually built them in the 3 different colours, which is pretty cool. I've got one yet to do. I have bought all 4 of them, but one of them we're kind of saving for another time because I haven't been doing them on live streams. However, we're going to be putting them on this wall right here next to this picture. So I think we're going to do it as 2 shelving units, so we can maybe have a little bit of LEGO next to it as well. But we're going to put it pride of place there underneath our lovely sofa, where the dog and Mrs. Brickin' It are currently having a coffee. Okay, so the next question is from Ultravolt, and they've asked, what 3 Nintendo franchises would you like to see the most in LEGO form? Now, that is a really hard one to think of. In fact, because that's so hard, I've actually got my Switch, so I can have a look at the latest games that I've been playing to kind of maybe, put me in the right direction of what it would be. So I think looking at what I've actually been playing the most, it would probably have to be a Legend of Zelda set. Breath of the Wild is probably my most played game on this. But second is actually, I don't know whether you guys would agree with this, is Mario Kart, because I absolutely love Mario Kart, and I think it would be so cool if they had like a new piece where they could actually be set up to your phone and actually be remote controlled, and you could customize them and have little races. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And maybe they did little carts or 2 packs of carts similar to how they do like Speed Champions, and then you could have maybe for 20-30 quid and you get 2 unique figures for each of those. So you could have like Mario and Luigi pack, Princess Peach and King Boo pack or something, Toad and Toadette pack. I think that'd be absolutely awesome, but I don't think they'll do it. But if they did, that's what I would do. I think it would be crazy, especially if you could also buy like little levels which are made out of base plates or something that you could have to race around. I think that would be absolutely brilliant. But third is a massive game. In fact, it's kind of joint third, these two, which would be either Animal Crossing or it's also technically a Nintendo license as well, Pokemon. That would be amazing as well. And Pokemon, you would have so many figures that they would be able to make. And I think that's the problem, I think, with Pokemon. You're going to have way too many Pokemon in which they would, you know, how they're going to do it. And then it end up being brick built, which people really don't want. They prefer to have like unique molds. So I think from that, I would probably prefer Animal Crossing with like custom molded heads instead. I think that would be a way better option for a Lego kind of set. Okay, so next question is from Bird Talks, and he said, what's the best budget set that's out right now? Now, I am a Lego City fan, if you guys hadn't realised, and my favourite set, which is a $8.99 set, is definitely this one, the Road Sweeper. This set is so cool. I don't know where the little dude is. He was sweeping around the city somewhere. I've moved this around quite a lot recently, so but yeah, this is great. It comes with a little Road Sweeper. This is really cool. That actually works, and I think this is a great set for the money. But if you're going up to more like the $17.99 set, then definitely the ice cream truck, which is down there somewhere as well. That is also a phenomenal set. So depends what you mean by budget set. Under £10, I would say definitely the Road Sweeper. Under 20, probably one of those. Or, you know, potentially people are then going to say, what about the 501st Battle Pack? Because that's only 25. So it does depend what your budget is. But I think below £10, you can't go wrong with the Road Sweeper. Okay, so following on from that, next question is from Yuan Gwyn. And he's asked, what is the biggest set you have ever built? Well, you can probably see it here. It is obviously the Mahusive Millennium Falcon UCS. This is my biggest set and my favourite set. So if everyone keeps asking, yes, this is a phenomenal set. If you can get it and you can afford it, get it. It's an amazing set. So I might as well carry on the question from here because there's another one here as well, which is, do you ever use lighting kits for your sets? And if so, which brand? I'm considering buying them, but I don't know where to start. Now, I had this exact same issue a couple of years ago. In fact, it was only last year. Mrs. Bricken decided she wanted to light up all of her lights for the winter set. So actually, I have some of the boxes under here. And the company that we used was this company called Lighttailing. Now, they seem okay. I haven't seen if they work this year, but they worked absolutely fine last year. They are a bit fiddly to actually work and get using, but they're not too bad and they are cheaper. However, I do want to get the Light My Bricks stuff because that is a bit more expensive. However, I think it is a far superior quality because I've seen people where you can, you know, for the Batmobile, for instance, you can actually move the cockpit up and the lights open because they've got magnetic connections and all that kind of stuff. So they are a lot more expensive, but I do think they're worth it. I also actually have a surprise, which I'm going to show you guys because I don't think anyone's ever seen this, but my Millennium Falcon also lights up, and that was from a cheaper company, which was around £50 from a company called Bricks Max. There we go, so you guys can see that it does all light up. The problem is that I've actually got an extension cable running at the moment, so I can't get it to light up. I need to get a longer cable for it, but here we go. This is a £50 kind of cheap one. All the back lights do light up. The insides also light up as well, and you can probably see Luke Skywalker in there if you look really closely. Probably not going to focus on him. And also you have the cockpit lit up as well. So this was kind of like a £50 set, and it does pretty well. I've had this running on and off quite a lot, and it's lasted this year really easily, but they are really complicated to do, and it is very scary tearing apart your massive set to get the lights fitting in, but the cheaper ones aren't too bad. So with the Millennium Falcon on in the background, ask a couple more questions here, but it's, what do you think of a MBS Master Build Series Mustafar set? Now, if you guys know me from my Star Wars collection, a lot of it is the original trilogy. I am more of an original trilogy fan than I am a prequel trilogy. However, I got my wish this year, which was the Mos Eisley Cantina, which is sitting over here on the other side of the city, and I absolutely love that set. It's an incredible set. So for the joy that I had for that, for a lot of the people in the community that want a Mustafar one, I say, please, Lego, do one. Because if people, you know, the fans of the prequels want to have that, they deserve it. Because I think they've done a great job with the Mos Eisley one, and I think they could do a fantastic job with the Mustafar one. And yes, I would 100% buy it if they did it as well, because I think you could do lots of cool minifigures that we wouldn't see before. A lot of the guys, like, they're in the control rooms and stuff, as well as they could potentially, with a Master Build series, actually have like a high ground section, which people have been asking for, which they just can't do in the cheaper sets. So last but not least on this Asking It episode 2, I'm guessing. It is from 501st Bricks, and he said, what are your thoughts on Ninjago? As I know it's a theme many people love, but many think is overrated. Where do I lie? Now, I'm not a massive Ninjago fan, don't get me wrong. I'm more of a Star Wars. I've always said I'm a Star Wars fan. I've only recently kind of skewed into other themes this year. However, I think Ninjago sets from last year, like Skull Dungeon and Journey to Skull Dungeon and all the massive Skeleton Dragon stuff, they are really, really cool sets. Even if you're not into Ninjago, you can appreciate the sets are pretty cool. And the fact they did like kind of board game area, I think that's a great idea. And then looking at the leaks from next year with like the jungle theme ones as well, they look pretty sweet as well. So I have to say, do you know what? I think Ninjago is actually a pretty decent theme. And I mean, also, the TV show's done so well. And I think this is where Monkey Kid does not do well. People love the Monkey Kid sets. They're super expensive, but also the theme, the TV show's gone. Where is the TV show for us, guys? I really want to watch it. I loved the first couple of episodes, so I'm hoping that kind of does help that theme. But anyway, getting back onto Ninjago, I think it's a great theme. I think it has a really nice balance of different prices. So I think that's why people like it so much, because you get some really nice cheap sets, then you get some bigger ones for birthdays and Christmases and stuff. So me personally, I don't collect it. I have bought a couple of sets this year and I have really enjoyed them. But I do think it is a great theme, and I'm hoping that it does carry on more and more. And I'm super excited next year because we're going to be getting Ninjago Gardens, which I can't wait, because I bought Ninjago City and Docks that's still left to build. But I'm really excited to get Ninjago Gardens, so much so that I bought those sets just for that, because apparently they all click together. So that's it for this episode of Asking It. I really do hope you guys enjoy these. Let me know in the comments below if you do, because the last one didn't get as many views as most of my other videos, but I do like doing these videos for you guys, like the people that actually pretty much watch all my videos. You guys are absolutely awesome. But like I said, if there are any questions you want to ask, let me know in the comments down below this video, and if you enjoyed this one, let me know down there as well, because it is greatly appreciated. But other than that, I'm going to carry on with my Batman build, because I'm absolutely loving this, and I'll probably be carrying on this in my Halloween stream next week. But other than that, have an absolutely awesome day. If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.